Distinguished guests, please stand as we present the Fall 2023 graduating class of LSU Shreveport. Distinguished guests, please remain standing for the national anthem.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Dr. Robert Smith, Chancellor of LSU Shreveport, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2023 LSUS Commencement Ceremony. I would also like to thank our welcome families and friends who are viewing our ceremony online. We will begin today's event with a reflection given by Dr. Cassandra Williams, President of the LSUS Faculty Senate. Dr. Williams.
We are thankful on this graduation day for the hard work and determination of the students who will receive diplomas at today's ceremony. We join together here to honor them. We also celebrate the diverse and different groups who were committed to the success of these graduates, the friends and loved ones who share in the triumph of their accomplishments, as well as the faculty and staff who offered help and guidance along the way. We acknowledge the many sacrifices that made these achievements possible. In the following joyful moments, let us be mindful that the pursuit of knowledge is not the end in of itself, but part of the higher purpose, to have wisdom and serve others, to treat all with kindness and respect, and to try to make the world a better place than we found it. Let our thoughts be fixed on these truths as we reflect for a few silent moments. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. At this time, I would like to introduce members of the platform party. As I call your name, please stand. Dr. Cassandra Williams, President of the LSUS Faculty Senate, who you have already met. Ms. Valencia Sarpy-Jones, immediate past chair, LSU Board of Supervisors. Ms. Katie Murray, LSU Shreveport alum and today's commencement speaker. Dr. Helen Taylor, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Dr. Sanjay Menon, Dean of Graduate Studies. Dr. Tibor Sarvas, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Mary Lois White, Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Dennis Wissing, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development. Ms. Jasmine Jernigan, LSUS Alumni Director. Mr. Shelby Keith, Interim Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs. And Ms. Kim Ramsey, Chief of Staff. Let us now recognize this group of difference makers. Now, there is a very special group of individuals with us today who had a direct and significant impact on the success of all of today's graduates. With the representatives of the LSU Shreveport faculty please rise? Please be seated. Our faculty, together with our dedicated LSUS staff, have made this graduation possible for our graduates. Graduates and guests, will you join me one more time in recognizing our faculty and staff? Commencement is a very special occasion for every family. However, it can be particularly momentous for an individual who is a first-generation college graduate of his or her family. These students all wear a teal cord signifying their first-generation status. Would the candidates for graduation, including our graduate student candidates, please rise if you are a first-generation college graduate? Congratulations on your achievement. You may be seated. The proximity of this commencement location to Barksdale Air Force Base reminds us of the critical role served by our men and women in uniform in keeping this nation safe. Will everyone with us today who is either currently serving in the U.S. military or who is a veteran of our armed services please stand so that we might recognize you for your service. Please be seated. There are more than 1,200 students who will graduate today in our two ceremonies. It is worth noting that only 2 universities in Louisiana have graduated more students in the past 3 years than LSUS. Further, more African American students have graduated with graduate degrees from LSUS than from any other university in the state of Louisiana. We are especially proud of both of these accomplishments. Among today's graduates are a significant number of students who have completed an online graduate degree from LSUS. Will graduate candidates who have traveled more than 500 miles to be with us please stand and remain standing? Now stay standing. How about those who have traveled more than 250 miles? And stay there. And how about those who have traveled more than 100 miles today? Thank you for your commitment of time to us to join us on this momentous occasion. You may be seated. Whether you are graduating from one of our face-to-face programs or from a 100% online program, successfully completing your studies required great perseverance, resilience, and endurance. For some of you, the demands were especially challenging. Through all of this, each of you had a personal team of supporters, whether it was your family or your close friends. Graduates, please rise and look around for your support team and show them your appreciation. Please be seated. Graduates, today is your day to celebrate. You have made it, and we are all inspired by your accomplishment. We wish you every success as you move forward from LSU Shreveport to your next adventure. Based on your successes here at LSUS, I am confident that you will continue to find great successes in your future. And now it is time for me to introduce to you our very special Fall 2023 commencement speaker. Ms. Katie Murray is a graduate of LSU Shreveport with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. She also earned a master's degree in accounting from LSU and is a licensed CPA in the state of Louisiana. Ms. Murray currently serves as President, Chief Financial Officer, and Treasurer of Dallas News Corporation, where she is responsible for the company's finance and accounting, legal, human resource, information technology, product engineering, data analytics, and the production and distribution operations of the Dallas Morning News. That's a long list. She has more than 30 years of finance and operations experience, having served in numerous senior leadership roles at a range of private and publicly traded companies. Additionally, Ms. Murray currently serves as chair of the Board of Directors of Downtown Dallas Incorporated and is a member of the Dallas Regional Chamber, Executive Women's Roundtable. She previously served on the Board of Directors of the SPCA of Texas, including serving as chair of the board from 2016 to 2018. It's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Katie Murray.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud family and friends, good morning. To you, December of 2023 graduates, congratulations. When I was given this amazing opportunity to speak to you today, it took me a few minutes to realize that I was in your seat 32 years ago. May of 1991. Talk about a reality check. You can imagine I started thinking, did I get the math right? How in the world can it have been 32 years? I then realized I'm pretty sure I don't remember all 32 years. And then the most important question was, surely I can't be as old as I am, thinking back then what 50-somethings were. When I started to realize, as I was thinking about these questions, is that when I was sitting in your seat, I never thought I would be where I am today. And I never thought I'd be here professionally and especially giving you a commencement speech. In fact, I have some friends in the audience who might have been with me here in college, and I'm sure that they have already posted a picture somewhere on social media saying, "I told you so, she really is giving a commencement speech. Can you believe it?" Frequently, I will get the question, how did you know what you wanted to do with your career? What is the path to being a president and a CFO? What did I study in college? The answer is usually met with a big sigh when I say, I had no idea. I had no idea what I wanted to do when I graduated, and much less what I thought I would be doing for the rest of my life. The last few months have had me reflecting on my career, a career that has been 30 years in the making. The twists and turns, changes, mistakes, lots of mistakes, successes, great bosses, horrible bosses, personal sacrifices, and the scared out of my mind decisions I have made over the last 3 decades. So what did I know back in May of 1991? Well, I was 23. I knew I was moving to Baton Rouge to get my master's or to start my master's in accounting program. I assumed that I would do the traditional accounting thing from what I can recall. I would take the CPA exam. I was going to move to New Orleans, where all my friends lived, and I thought I would just get a job as a tax accountant with one of the big accounting firms. It seemed like a pretty solid plan at the time. Well, 12 months later, I did graduate. I moved to Dallas. I did take the CPA exam, and I never worked for a Big 8 accounting firm. In looking back, I'm actually pretty amazed that at least one of the 3 plan objectives was achieved. So what was my new plan? A question not only I had, but one that my mother so casually brought up on our weekly phone calls. Remember, back in the old days, you had to be home to answer the phone, which I will be forever grateful. Today, what I thought I would share with you as you think about your next steps are the most important events that shape my life. These have nothing to do with any specific degree or job that you have. They are about listening to your inner self, taking opportunities even when I thought I was not ready, realizing the type of leader and mentor that I wanted to be, and embracing gratitude every day. Life is full of moments, some big and life-changing, others are small, but they're just as important. My first moment on the small but just as important side, I was 25, I was in Dallas, and a good friend told me about a friend who had a friend who was looking for a staff-level accountant for a company called First USA, which was a bank and credit card company. I pulled out my one-page resume, written with the largest fonts and spacing that did not look obvious, typed up a cover letter, yes, we did that back then, and I dropped it off to the company. Remember, we had no email. I waited anxiously by my home phone for a call. There was no caller ID, so answering the phone was like playing Jeopardy. Do you wait to see if they leave a message or risk it? The phone rang, I answered, and I was asked to interview. A few weeks later, my first job. I was thrilled, and to say my mom was relieved is an understatement. My first big and life-changing moment when I was 27. I was still working at First USA as a tax accountant. My manager asked me if I would consider moving to New York City to manage the day-to-day accounting for 2 recently acquired companies. At this point in my life, I had only lived in Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and Dallas. I had never even visited New York City and was more than terrified. All I could think were the questions: where would I live? Who would I live with? What about my car? What about my family and friends? I knew I could have kept coming up with questions or go for it. The moving truck came in 2 weeks and I sold my car. It was the move that led me to realize that I was stronger and more independent than I had ever thought. Moving to New York City was the most influential decision I ever made. I met so many people, had so much fun, learned so much, and it was then that I realized I would always want to try new things. It was trusting the friend of a friend that maybe there was a job for me, which ended up taking me to a new city to start my career path. There is a day in everyone's career that you experience the horrible boss, the one that you will never forget, and you'll never forget that moment. This is a day that you realize the boss you will never be. This moment for me was in 1999. I was 31. I was back in Dallas working for a company called i2 Technologies. It was a public software company. I had sort of changed plans and had decided to get out of the day-to-day accounting, and actually, in Dallas, I took a position with i2 to be the accounting project manager for a new software implementation. It was a Saturday, and I was presenting my portion of the status update to the management committee of the company, which included the CFO and the CEO. The CFO was not my direct manager, but about 2 levels above me. Out of nowhere, started yelling at me. And I'm not saying yelling, but berating me. To this day, I still don't know why. I was embarrassed, horrified, and I could feel the tears welling up. I knew it wasn't right. I was not going to be treated this way, and he was never going to see me cry. I let him finish. I got up, I excused myself, and by the time I got to the elevator, I was stopped by my manager. I resigned on the spot. What the CFO did that day was not correct, and it was not okay, and I knew that I would never be that kind of leader. While I was ultimately convinced by the management committee to stay at the company, to this day, that Saturday afternoon has influenced the leader that I am. While being focused and results-driven is important, it is more important to be professional, kind, and compassionate. Just a note, the CFO was replaced a few months later. Karma. The most significant life-changing moment for me, I was 35, I was still at i2 Technologies, but I had moved back into the accounting organization and was the corporate controller and the principal accounting officer. I was reporting to the new CFO, Remember, the horrible boss CFO had been replaced. My boss had decided to retire. I was thinking I would have a new boss, and that was just fine. I liked what I was doing. One day, the chairman of the audit committee, Bob Crandall, called and said he wanted to meet with me. I went into complete panic mode. I was meeting with Bob Crandall, the former CEO of American Airlines. To say I was terrified is an understatement. The Wall Street Journal had called Bob the man who changed the way the world flies. I could not imagine why he wanted to meet with me, and I was literally sick to my stomach when the day arrived to meet him in his office. I sat down in his office in Las Colinas, and all I could see everywhere in his office were all of the accolades and the awards from places like the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Business Week, etc. I sat down, and in his very direct way, he said, "I want you to be the CFO." I was completely taken aback, and in my mind, thinking, "Are you crazy? Seriously? You've got to be kidding me." But instead I said, "Mr. Crandall, thank you so much, but I do not think I'm ready for that role, and I would be happy to report to whoever you recruit." He said to me, "You do not understand. I am saying that I want you to be the CFO." I realized this was no longer a question or an option. He said, "This will be the most important career decision you ever make. One day you're going to thank me later." He was right. Every day I am still thankful for him seeing something in me that I did not. While I was not the natural choice or the most obvious candidate, he took a chance on me. This was also my second lesson in being a manager and a leader. Give people a chance and make room for them to grow. I assumed the CFO role in January of 2004. To this day, I can remember how scared and uncertain I was in this role. I was now managing employees who had been my friends, people that I had gone out with, people I went out of town with, and I knew that was going to change. What had I done? What had I agreed to do? I thought maybe since I had spent 7 years at I2 and had kind of grown up there career-wise, I was given the job. All I could think about was, would I ever be qualified to be the CFO anywhere else? Could I ever be a CFO of another company? In May of 2005, I moved back to New York City and I took my second CFO role. So why am I calling out these stories to you? I realize now every opportunity, whether it was meeting someone unexpectedly, getting a job offer, having a bold idea, they all influenced my career. I know many of you are probably certain of your next step, and that is fantastic, and I wish you nothing but success. Some of you may be like I was and think you're heading down one path, and then something changes, and you know what? It is okay. I am hoping that by me sharing a few of the key events in my career, I can help you remember that while you may think all things are planned out, let the unknown happen. The key to notice these moments and embrace them without holding back. Be visible to the leaders where you work. Ask to be involved in projects, even if they are outside of your day-to-day responsibilities. It is common to feel afraid, unsure, and even overwhelmed, but it is important to remember that success often involves facing risks and challenges. I am also reminded in the craziness of every day, it is easy to overlook the profound impact of gratitude. To say that I am grateful for the opportunity to be here today and share my path with you is an understatement. I have had the chance to really think about and remember those that helped me achieve my goals. And there are so many. I am sure that each of you are thinking the very same thing. So let's do this again. Let's take a collective pause. Look around if you would like to those that are here for you today to express appreciation. Express appreciation and gratitude for the countless individuals who have supported you on your journey. The teachers and bosses who ignited your curiosity, the friends who stood by you through thick and thin, and the families whose love has been your anchor. Gratitude is not just a virtue. It is a transformative force that, when embraced, not only enriches our lives, but also creates a ripple effect of kindness and understanding. Graduates, as you stand on this momentous day, remember to carry the torch of gratitude with you. Be thankful for the lessons you learn, the obstacles you overcome, and the triumphs you will celebrate. And when opportunities knock, as they undoubtedly will for each and every one of you, don't hesitate. Seize them with gusto. for it's those moments of bold action that your greatest adventures will begin. Then when you're a leader, think about how you are going to inspire the generation that's looking to you for guidance and opportunity. In conclusion, class of 23, your journey has just begun, and the world is eagerly awaiting the impact that you will undoubtedly make. Go forth with gratitude in your hearts and the courage to serve every opportunity that comes your way. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Murray. It is now my pleasure to call forth Dr. Helen Taylor, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, who will present the candidates for special academic recognitions. Dr. Taylor.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good morning, everyone. A number of undergraduate students will be recognized this morning for their scholastic achievements. This is symbolized by the wearing of the gold honor cord. Each of these students attained a cumulative and LSU Shreveport grade point average of at least a 3.5. Will the students with the cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude distinction please rise? Join me in congratulating their achievements. You can be seated. And now, we've come to the time for the conferring of these degrees. Ms. Valencia Sarpi-Jones, immediate past chair, LSU Board of Supervisors, will discharge this all-important responsibility for which we're assembled. It is my pleasure to present the candidates for undergraduate degrees who have been recommended by their deans and respective faculties. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise and remain standing? Ms. Sarpi-Jones, these candidates have been recommended by their deans and faculties of their respective colleges and have completed all requirements for their respective degrees. It gives me pleasure to present them to you for the conferring of their degrees.
With the recommendation of the academic deans, the faculties of the respective colleges, and the recommendation of the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and with the authority vested in me by the LSU Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each of you the degree appropriate to your course of study, along with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
It is now my pleasure to present those candidates for advanced degrees who have been recommended by their deans and respective graduate faculties. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree in the College of Business please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Health Administration degree in the College of Business please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Education degree in the College of Education and Human Development rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Public Health degree in the College of Education and Human Development please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Master of Science degree in the College of Education and Human Development please rise and remain standing? And will the candidate for the Doctor of Education degree in the College of Education and Human Development please rise and remain standing? Ms. Sapi-Jones, these candidates have been recommended by their deans and graduate faculties of their respective colleges and have completed all requirements for their respective degrees. It gives me pleasure to present them to you for the conferring of their degrees.
With the recommendation of the academic deans, the graduate faculties, and the respective colleges, and the recommendation of the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and with the authority vested in me by the LSU Board of Supervisors, I confer upon each of you the degree appropriate to your course of study, along with all the rights, responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Supervisor Jones, we thank you for your important role and participation in our fall 2023 commencement exercise. Please accept a small token of our appreciation.
The candidates for undergraduate degrees will now come forward. Dr. Jill Rush-Kolodzi, Department Chair of the Department of Kinesiology and Health Science, will announce the names.
Rayleigh, Brookshire. Grace Jones. Grayson Brannon. Zobel Lanier. Michael Watts. Romero Morgan. Clayton Rivers. Rajan Snellgrove. Elaine Jones. Sabrina Duff. Marlisha Sophus. Ashley Caldwell Wagner. Alex Campbell. Dorcas Brown. Jayla Rollins. Coco Alcalder. Charlotte Schmidt. Matthew Terry. Madison Parker. Abigail Ingalls. Haley Kendrick. Kelsey Washington.
Congratulations, Kelsey.
Kristen Boyd.
Congratulations,
Philip Rugg. Kaylee Reeves. Dunya Ali.
Congratulations.
Jana Bobeff. Kristen Cochran. Hope Jordan. Zoe Catherine Palmer. Chapman Nelson.
This concludes the presentation of the undergraduate degrees. The candidates for advanced degrees will now come forward.
Mary Helen Abel. Cannon Moore. Rainey Bailey King. Caleb Thomas. Julie Elizabeth Glover. Richard Stark. Okay, just wait 1 second. Brianna Wright. Jeffrey Daniels. Angela Hill. Charles Sanders. Paula McArath. Megan Landry. Javen Deshawn Bowman. Jasmine Valencia. Kendall Stewart. Anya Hardnett. Bailey Safrio Bergeron. Michael Wheeler. Cynthia Jimenez. Carla Gonzalez. Mandy K. St. Germain. Kendall Gwines. Cheryl Ann Childs. Quincy Johnson. Yvonne Hernandez. Dina Hill. Monica Arnaud. Megan Watts. Victoria Gadsden. Jordan Edwards. Rox Kirby. Mandy Boudreau. Carrie Fields. Tamara Jones. Haley Adler. Afzal Ajamil. Marissa. Adriana Marissa Dobbs. Brendan Dobbs. Latoya Weary. Tia Barden. Aliana Jackson Smith. Okay. Anya Alamar Gott. Heidi Younger. Tequila Guillory. Jovanda Julian. Grace Kelly Kennedy. Kayla Jordan. Caleb Dennis. Valencia Wilson. Sylvie Ejetapan Kogi. Jennifer Holwager. Matthew Boring. Rebecca Carter. Prova Karki. Shantae Alexander. Melanie Ann Hall. Kobe Heil. Kristen Michelle Hewitt. Avon Channing Brown. Darius Brown. Sukaina Brentley Richards. Joseph Gaynor. Jonathan Burdine. Jaden Alexis Jacobs. Pepper Boudreau DuPont. Jennifer Johnson. Julia Beverly. Rachel Bailey Robbins. Caitlin Michelle Groves. Brynisha Johnson. Vance Allison. Carissa Bursch. Brian Dudley. Boyette. Daniel Boyette. Jennifer Ann DuPont. Anoli Hebo. John Carlo Delano. Leah Marie Darden. Stacy Theodos. Kenesha McNeil Chambers. Colleen Bondvalin. Erica Ball. Shelley Bergeron. Hartley Swisher Irwin. Rachel Kopp. Melissa Bordelon. Bethany Aites. Kadian Alexander. Lauren Brigham. Hannah Coe. Lancia George. Tananacia Rion Penny. Karen Dalton. Smitha Gorgonini. Allison Gregory Graff. Mercedes Dallas. Lynette Taylor. Alexis Nicole Ashley. Courtney Mosley. Esprit Jones. Chintika Shanjeev. Okay. Just wait right here. Nicole Marie Bryce. Borgeson. Jennifer Borgeson. Anisha Renee Andrus. Sarah Lois Io. Benny Benford. Aja Lynn Crane. Broderick Danzel Ballard. You're welcome. Bianca Antoine. Kaylee McGee. Stephanie Tatum. Hugo Trejo Wasso. Gavin Fawcett. Denzel Roberts. Hymira Avzel. Ashana Ranson. Jacinda Michelle White. Bracia Alexander. Kerwin Candle Jackson. Maggie Herndon. Amber Hayes. Andrew Hall. Alexis Shabri Bradley. Valencia Tiana Burnett. Sierra Swington. Christian McKinney. Stanley Ahonaya. Pascal Iozi. Simone Evans. Rebecca Jackson. Lainey Gamble. Justin Dorning. Damon Henderson. Todd Hedgecock. Erica Shireen Henderson. Danya Guyton. Jennifer Bond. Gabrielle Gerard. Caitlin Renee Harris. Bella East. Tony Bunyan. Paul Gibson. Javante Baptiste. Charlisha Kelly. Auburn Young. Jeremy Kelly. Jana Broussard. Shannon Thompson Cooper. Rubiana Granger. Kenneth Kane. Joelle Brooke Onsale. Chandler Ransfer. Alexander Patrice Garrido. Heather Nicole Willis. Ebony Kolar Williams. Alyssa Para. Terrence Jaden Brown. Claire Dugas. Jacqueline Nicholas Bakud. Lauren Ashley Williams. Kaylin Biglow. Charlie Barnum Flowers. Gaspard. Taylor Nicole Gaspard. Madison Albert. Lazara Clark. Delandra Ellis. Chandrika Aubrey Jelks. Cameron Kreckler. I never will learn. Daniel Mayo Hoffler. Alicia Monique Henderson. Kessa King. Al Fowler. Cecil Ivy. Rebecca Simone Houston. Oneida Helene Harris. Jacques Gianni. Abel Garza Alcala. Galvin Hall. Erica Nicole Davis. Charles Hawkins. Jasmine Nelson. Danielle Johnson. Cheryl Grady. Charmaine Maddox. Renika Jessica Entian. Devin Jeter. Brittany Hanks. Stephanie Foss. Kalinda Cantu. Yesenia Morales. Barbara Carnes Bro. Darlene Deborah Jones. Alkiko Patrice Freeman. Lovely Avington. Alicia Alyn Lewis. Ryan Doyle. Yay. Oceanae Smith. Lauren Michelle Poirier. Allie Renee Duet. Tatiana Almeida Aubert. Kristen Berkey-Bile. Courtney Moore. Amanda Roussel. Jennifer Ann Murrell. Emily Blanchard. Thomas Fitzpatrick.
Let's give them all another round of applause. And please join me in thanking Dr. Jill Rush-Kolodzi, who read all the names so beautifully. This concludes the presentation of master's degrees, but now we come to a very special moment, our highest degree. Will the candidate for the doctoral degree now come forward to be hooded by Dr. Sanjay Menon, Dean of Graduate Studies, and Dr. Kevin Baxter, Chair of the Department of Leadership Studies. Christopher A. Cantrell, dissertation title, The Relationship Between Leadership Style, Job Satisfaction, and Turnover Intention among Sworn Law Enforcement Personnel in the United States during the COVID-19 pandemic and 2020 civil unrest in the United States. Dissertation Chair, Dr. Kevin Baxter. Congratulations, Dr. Cantrell. Woo!
Congratulations, graduates. You have all done it. I am delighted to welcome you as the newest alumni of LSU Shreveport. Ms. Jasmine Jernigan, LSUS Director of Alumni Development, will now address the graduates. Ms. Jernigan.
On behalf of the LSUS Alumni Association, congratulations on your graduation. Whether you received an undergraduate or graduate degree today, receiving your diploma is a huge milestone. You've given yourself and your families a wonderful gift. I am honored to be one of the first to welcome you as an LSUS alum. You join over 38,000 LSUS alumni worldwide. Your alumni status is permanent, and your first year's membership to the LSUS Alumni Association is free. You will always be a part of the LSUS family. So please keep in touch. Share your successes, your challenges, and your status changes as you grow in your careers. The Alumni Association provides key connection points for graduates as well as opportunities to contribute to a legacy of excellence. We welcome your involvement. So please remember to grab your commemorative graduate bandana and join in the fun for the second line processional celebrating you. So we want to see you waving these over your head. Go ahead and practice, right? We celebrate you, and again, a heartfelt congratulations, and in true Louisiana spirit, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Graduates, please stand. As Louisiana State University Shreveport's newest graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Would the audience please remain seated until all graduates have left the arena? Graduates, faculty, and platform party, please join us as we are led out by the Shreveport Second Line Brass Band under the direction of Mr. Robert Trudeau.
Thank you.